Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Zach, and I'm going to be reading you my short story I just made up. For this short story, my words included cottage, mother, evil, ball, a phrase, a talking animal appears, and my finishing line was the curse was lifted and the kingdom returned to normal. Okay, so once upon a time, there was a young boy named David who lived with his mother in a cottage by the river. He had moved there years ago after David's mother left the kingdom and searched for a quieter, more peaceful life. There wasn't much to do in this quiet cottage by the river. Most of the time David played outside with his ball. He only had one ball. It was a plain red rubber bouncy ball that he could kick, throw, or hurl in any direction he felt. The ball was the last thing his father had given to him before he left to visit the Castle Kingdom 10 years ago when David was just a baby. When David wasn't playing with his bouncy red ball or helping his mother with the animals, he found himself very bored and yearned to visit the Castle Kingdom for himself. However, his mother had forbidden it. David knew that what had happened when his father left for the kingdom, and he had never came back, and he knew he wouldn't be going anytime soon with his mother's permission. David sat in his room all day looking out the window, waiting for his chance to go to the castle. Then, one day, a talking animal appeared. It wasn't like any animal he had ever seen around his cottage, and he was startled a bit. It looked like a dove, only it wasn't as majestic. It sang songs, but they weren't beautiful like a sparrow's, and it hopped along the ground instead of walking like a duck. David didn't know it, but he was in the presence of a crow, and this crow was speaking to him. The crow told David, "If you want to go to the castle, all you must do is give up your precious ball. With the ball hidden in your bed, your mother will never know you left the cottage." David loved his ball and never dreamt of parting ways with it. However, a chance to see the castle was something he had always dreamed of too. Reluctantly, David tucked his ball under his blankets and made way towards the castle. After his mother had awoke, she found the ball laying in David's bed, popped by what seemed like a pecking bird. She knew of the evil crow and immediately went looking for David, but he was already gone, off to the castle. As David walked along the path, he could soon see the castle. It didn't look as great as he imagined. It felt cold and empty, and he could see crows circling the castle from afar. He was nervous, but knew he had come too far to turn back now. Just as he was approaching the castle doors, another talking animal came to him, only this time it was a rabbit. And the rabbit said, "David, you must return home. Your mother needs you, and so do we. This isn't the place for you." At this point, David was frightened. He turned back on the path and ran home as quick as he could. Once returning home, he soon realized something was different. The river didn't run as smooth. The trees weren't blowing in the wind as they used to. It was still and quiet. The rabbit had accompanied him and told him, "Your ball was the key to the cottage's peaceful life. The bouncy red ball kept the evil beings away from their home and allowed you and your mother to live in peace." David ran inside, scared for what he would find. As he frantically ran into his room for the ball, he found his mother there. She told him, "David, why did you leave without saying anything?" He told her, "I thought I had to get out while I still had the chance." As she finished his sentence, his mother raised the ball back to him. She had patched the peckings and inflated the ball back to proper size. Astonished, he asked, "What happened to my ball?" His mother replied, "Like a lot of things in life, it broke. Also, like a lot of other things, it was fixed. You see, life isn't about doing something right then. It's about doing things when they make sense. Don't go rushing out on a whim. Take your time. With this ball in hand, you have all the time in the world to decide when you'll leave." With his new ball in hand, David went back outside where he could play along the river again. Bouncing his ball, he watched the crow fly south. The curse had been lifted, and the kingdom returned to normal. And everyone lived happily ever after. The end.